What's going on, everybody? John Eric Poli here with My MMA News, and I'm very excited to talk to today's guest, who has a guest with her, joined today by Julia Avila and her daughter Eris. Julia, of course, will be fighting Miesha Tate at UFC Austin. Julia, nice to see you again. How's everything been going?
I'm going great. I'm living the dream, truly.
So before we get into anything that's like fight related or this comeback or anything, I do want to talk about motherhood to start things off. It's very fitting with you holding your daughter here too. Just how's the last like year or so been after giving birth and just kind of experiencing everything with your daughter's first year and everything?
It's been a lot. It's been wonderful. She's great. She's really the type of kid that lures you into having another one. Don't get it twisted. I'm really going to see this through and I want to fight and I want to continue fighting. So there's no babies projected or like planned in the future. Uh, a title, definitely, but not a baby. So it's been great. It's amazing. She's really an easy kid.
And I was planning on asking you if she's a good sleeper. Based on that answer, I'm going to go ahead and guess she's probably a good sleeper then, is she?
She is not,
No.
but neither am I.
Okay.
So it worked out.
I was gonna say, how's that work when you're tired from training? But apparently you don't sleep either. So I guess it's all just all okay there in the end there. So I guess the other question though, obviously now she's a little bit older, moving around a lot, more boisterous, you could say. Will you take her around to fight week and everything, or is she gonna stay home?
Nope, she's gonna go with us. We raised enough money with sponsors and t-shirt sales and stuff, so we're gonna take our nanny, and she's gonna go, and hopefully I have my Lion King moment when I win and I get to hold Eris up in the middle of the cage and present her to everyone. That's like my ultimate goal is to win and then just have my daughter in there with me.
And that's going to be a very special moment when that happens there. Let's kind of talk about the journey now, getting back to this point with the fight game here. I know for you, right? We did an interview, I think, last December. You said, you kind of the 2023 is a realistic goal, but you weren't going to try to necessarily rush everything. I know we had a little conversation off air. I'll let you tell everybody about it. Little tough getting back, wasn't it? Because I know you were nursing and you had a tough time getting the weight off. So explain that whole process. Just
So I am a driven person. That's one word that people can always use to describe me as I'm driven and I reach my goals. Um, I knew I was going to get back into the fight game as soon as I could. And I did. I was training all the time and I was eating right, but I couldn't get the weight off. And my hormones, my body just reacted differently than most women during pregnancy. And I kept the baby weight on. After giving birth, I was 225 pounds, and I just while nursing, my body just said keep everything because she was eating all the time, and the weight wouldn't come off, wouldn't come off, wouldn't come off. And so after a year of nursing, because that was my goal, um, we stopped, and I just melted, and I am back. And I didn't change anything with my eating or my fighting or training. um, I mean, the only thing I changed was the intent because now I had an opponent and stylistically I want to train for that. But other than that, like, yeah, it was just my body and my hormones reacted differently, and it's something that I never, no one talks about it, no one goes through it. So
And I know for a few fighters that I've interviewed that have had kids, I know they've said, the process of coming back it can be difficult. I know you're not the only fighter that's kind of experienced that, but everybody kind of does things differently. I've spoken to fighters where they've done like a test training camp and a test weight cut and just wanted to make sure everything was all good to go. Was there like any of that going on? Like when was that moment that you said, okay, I'm good now, I'm ready, I could get through this, there's not gonna be a problem, and you knew everything was good to go?
So right around July was when I went to the PI to go get my physicals and my tests and figure out like what hormonally was going on with me. And so I told them I wanted to fight by before the end of the year. And so I mean, I was still a heavy girl. I was a buck 85, and you know, I knew I could do it. I just needed someone else to believe in me and help me, and they did. So, yeah.
I said the UFC PI does great things too. There, it's great they're able to kind of help you out with that. There. Let's get into this fight now here though a little bit and talk about this matchup with Miesha Tate here. We'll start with training camp. I know camp's just about wrapped up for the most part. How was your camp?
Amazing. I really could not have a more dedicated group of people. I feel like the entire state of Oklahoma is behind me. I go into multiple gyms to cross train and get different looks. I have a new wrestling coach that has helped me out a lot. I still have my old corners. I have my team. Just everyone. I feel like everyone is really rallying behind me because they've seen me train throughout my pregnancy, train through my injury, recover, and just get back to this. Like I feel like a specimen. I'm a freaking unit. Yeah, I'm so excited to showcase what I'm capable of doing.
And now for the question I'm sure you're going to be getting asked all throughout media week, and this goes for anybody that's coming off of a layoff. You're going to get the ring rust question there. Every fighter's different. Some fighters believe in it, some don't. Some, as long as I know you're somebody that's always active and you're always in the gym working. So then a lot of fighters like that say it's not going to be an issue. Just want to get your thoughts on that topic that I'm sure you're going to be asked probably a million times before the fight.
I don't think it's an issue. Not for me. I love having an audience. I actually I haven't fought in front of an audience since 2019 because my fights after International Fight Week were all in the Apex. It was all during, COVID times. So I think having the audience is going to just boost me. I'm going to feed off their energy. Like I said, I feel like the entire state of Oklahoma is behind me. And I say that because I know so many people that are going to be down in Texas and cheering me on, like there. And I feel really good, really excited, and I don't think ring rust is going to be an issue for me.
And this matchup too is a fun one for sure. Obviously, Misha, I'm sure just as a fighter, you have so much respect for everything she's accomplished, winning the bantamweight title and everything. But she's also a fellow mother. She's made the comeback and everything. Just talk about your respect that you have for her, just not only as a fighter but as a mother too.
So I lovingly call this fight the hot mom fight, which I think it should be branded as such. But that's neither here nor there. I remember coming up in the sport and looking to her and seeing how poised she is and how composed she is and just what she's done for the sport and for just women in general. I definitely have a lot of respect for her, but I mean, that doesn't play into me holding back. If anything, I'm going to come a little harder because I want her to respect me as well. Um, Gosh, in my Facebook memories, the other day, I got a memory that popped up 7 years ago. She announced her first retirement, and I was like, "Hey, the bantam division is opening up, and here I come." And now I get to fight her. Like, this is so cool. Just to see it full circle and to see someone that I've looked up to and to be able to compete against them. So that's exciting.
I like the label as the hot mom fight too. That's a good one. Make sure to tell the UFC broadcast team in the pre-fight meeting so they label that one there for fight night as well too. That's a very clever name you got there for it.
I'm gonna drop it a couple of times, see if it picks up.
I think that they should pick up on it. I hope that they do. It'd be a cool thing to see that be labeled too on fight night there. But I want to ask you too more about Misha here just a little bit. Just I know obviously a lot of mutual respect, like you said there before. But at the end of the day, she's still the opponent. She's still standing in your way there. Just talk about her as a fighter a little bit, kind of what you've seen out of her and how you kind of expect things to play out here on fight night.
I know that she's had a little bit of a downswing, and so she's going to come out really tough. I know she's been working hard. She's coming off of a little bit of a layoff as well. So if ring rust is a thing. It might be a thing for both sides. She has made a long and very successful career by being a wrestler. So there's no reason for her to change up her style, especially when, if you see my video, really my only loss is to someone who out wrestled me. Luckily, I've been working on that for the past 3 years. So I think it's a very fair matchup. She's 12, I'm 13, or 10 and 11. I don't know where we're at, but we're right next to each other in the rankings. I think it's a good fight for the fans because neither of us have any give. Like, we put it all out there. And yeah, I think she's going to come in. She's going to want to wrestle. Most people don't want to stand up with me. I don't blame them. So it's going to be entertaining. There's going to be a lot of blood, which, I thrive in. So
Don't get any on DC's suit this time. Whatever happened with that? Did you pick up the dry cleaning? But I know you offered it.
no, he was really nice about it. He said, it's okay, no worries. But yeah, I did feel bad about that. I don't know. Maybe I'll take him out to barbecue if he's there this time.
I'm sure he'll enjoy it there. Get a little southern barbecue while he's down there. I do want to ask a few other things though before we wrap things up here today. First of which being, I know for a lot of fighters that have kids, they kind of make a little vacation after the fight. Do you have any of that planned or no? I know holidays are coming up, kind of a lot busy time of the year.
So I don't have any vacation or anything planned. We're gonna come straight back. I have work Monday morning, and yeah, I'm just gonna be enjoying my win and enjoying my little girl.
And then finally, last thing to just wrap things up here today, you kind of hinted at it there about working. Obviously, we saw Eris here earlier. We're talking the fight game here. You weren't kidding when you said that you don't really sleep. I was gonna say, what's the sleep schedule like there? You have a lot on your plate.
Gosh, I don't sleep very much, and even less when I'm trying to find time to train. But I do have a 9 to 5. I work in an office. I work 5 days a week, just like most people. I'm back in the oil industry, and actually, a lot of my coworkers are going to be going to my fight. So I told them, hey, it's not a team building event. Please don't report me to HR because this is I'm going to be in rare form. So yeah, I keep busy, and it makes me feel good to be part of something bigger than myself. And so I try to do as much as I possibly can responsibly because I don't want to spread myself thin. I'm still a mother, I'm still a wife. But I'm also a fighter and a coach and, a tech. So I wear a lot of hats, but I love it.
And I was going to say, if that schedule's not full enough, I did see a headline somewhere about you getting into acting. What's going on there? Something else to add to the already full schedule?
I completely forgot about that. Sorry. So I had a role. I was a supporting actress in a movie called The Squad. That's going to be premiering December 1st, actually, on Amazon Prime. It's a drug thriller. It's really good. I play a badass in it, and it was a lot of fun. Hopefully I get to do a little bit more of that in the future, but it's great. All I ever want to do is when my daughter has the opportunity to like Google search me, that she be proud.
I'm sure she's going to be very proud of you. Julia, thank you again so much for all the time. It's always great catching up with you. Just last thing before you head out for the day, go ahead and plug your social media so everybody knows where to follow you at. Then if you have any like management, sponsorships, anybody that you give shout outs or plugs to, all that good stuff, floor is yours. Take it away.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, all glory to God. But you can like, follow, and subscribe me at Raging Panda MMA on all social media platforms. I'm a millennial, so I don't have TikTok. Sorry. But I do have Instagram, Facebook, X now, or whatever, Twitter, formerly known as Twitter. As far as sponsorships, check out my social media so you can get the plug and links through that. I often have discount codes, so you can help me out through that and help my sponsors out through that. My management, best in the game, and really, truly like family. TKO management company here in Oklahoma City. So that's it. That's me.